Today I want to talk about loneliness and how it can affect our mental and physical well-being. Loneliness is associated with cognitive decline, depression, anxiety, premature death, cardiovascular issues, and all sorts of physical illnesses. Studies shows that chronic loneliness equals to smoking 15 cigarettes per day. So why would we choose to be lonely? There are many reasons, and one of them is feeling ashamed of ourselves. When we are a child, we have these traits that are not really perceived positively by society or by our parents. And they might end up criticize us for that or let us know that this is the trait that you don't have to have. So if let's say we talk loud as a kid and it's not perceived as good, or caregiver or parents criticized that part of ourselves, and because we need the connection with them, we end up abandoning this part of ourselves. We suppress this part of ourselves. But behind this part of talking loud, it might be like the need for connection, need for getting attention and recognition. We abandon this part of ourselves and it's like we locked it in a place. So now it creates a gap between who we are and this part of us. Now we're not like a whole person. We have this part of ourselves that is unattended, that is being abandoned. And let's say we do the same thing with several traits, let's say 50 traits. And all of these 50 traits are like our sub-personalities within ourselves that we abandoned. Why? Because our society didn't like it, our parents didn't like it. And by doing that, we created so many gaps and loneliness internally. And now we can't connect with other people because we are not operating as a whole person. If we see another person who has similar traits that trigger the same thing in us, let's say they're talking loudly or doing something that triggered this part of ourselves that wanted to talk loud. Because we see this part of themselves as a danger to ourselves and we don't want this part of ourselves to come up, we tend to either avoid them, avoid communicating with them, or we only get connected to the parts of the other person that we like, that we accept. As a general rule, whatever we accept for ourselves, we accept for others. And the parts that we didn't accept in ourselves, we end up not accepting with other people. So now we create this loneliness in internal world and external world. Now what's the solution? The solution is to going back inside internally to see what are the parts that being suppressed. If we open them up, we don't have to necessarily act based on them, but we have to understand what was the emotion behind them, and we have to process them so that we become a whole again, like as a whole person. And then because we accepted ourselves as a whole person, we can accept the other individuals as a whole person as well. Another thing that causes us to not pursue relationships and connections is the fact that some of us learned to feel unable. So for some reason, we developed this belief that we're unable to get what we want. We are powerless and we are victim of our situations. It could be our parents' effect, it could be the school effect, it could be anything. But the problem is that if we believe that we're unable to meet our needs, we're not going to take action in order to achieve what we need. The ultimate solution for that is to take responsibility for 100% of your life. Yes, others contributed to you feeling like this and things happen to you, but at the end of the day, you are the only one who's responsible. And there is no middle ground in the responsibility. So you are either victim to your situation or you are responsible to your situation. There's no in-between place. With these two tools, which is processing your shame and also taking 100% responsibility, you can now move forward and build connections. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like the video, please like the video and subscribe to this channel.